Hello friends, welcome back to tutorials. In this video I'm going to show you Flutter BLoC library management system. That means whatever you have learned so far, BLoC listener, BLoC consumer, BLoC builder, so including of all these things, I will be showing you that how you can combinedly work with this Flutter BLoC. So this is a small project which is Flutter BLoC library management. So step by step we will be creating this and I will be explaining the code that how this works. So what I will do, actually this is a full stack in the sense that front end and back end both. You will be creating REST API yourself. So what we will do, this a REST API will be not actual, we will be creating this as a JSON server. That means fake JSON server, and we will be creating a API. So what it will cover: Flutter plus BLoC pattern for state management, what you have learned already, and fake JSON REST API using JSON server, category wise BLoC management, and Flutter CRUD, full CRUD, add, update and delete books, and then of course UI. So let's start the project step by step. I will be showing that, as you know, to work on this Flutter BLoC you have to add few dependencies. For example, Flutter BLoC, this one, minimum this, and HTTP is already, you need to, of course this you have to do to send and receive the data, HTTP, and then equitable. These three we are going to require here. So let's do one thing. I'm going to create a new project. Let's start. Okay, so this is our model class. We have created this model. So let me explain you what this is. Actually in this model, and these are our directory structure that we have created here. So in case I missed in the video, I don't know, because I paused this way. Alright, so now in this model section we have created, these are fields: ID, title, author and category, and then this is constructor, and this is from JSON. That means what? This is from JSON. From JSON means API data is already in JSON format, but that JSON format is not directly readable in Flutter. So we have to convert from JSON to Flutter readable format. So that is why we are converting here from JSON, and this is reverse. For example, if you want to add some data into the API, in that case you will have to convert the Flutter data into JSON readable format. That is why here this is to JSON. Okay, so this is the main task of this. And also one very important task which is performed by this this model, actually it gives a blueprint. That means whenever this model will be used, we have to conform to, we have to adhere to the rules of this. For example, if anywhere we miss title, then instantly it will show error, that okay, it will say if you're using model then you will have to use title. So it is more of like a template. Now the next one will be in the BLoC section. This one is done. Okay, but before that let's create a fake JSON server. So what we will do, you open here cmd command prompt, and then you can anywhere, because it is G, that means global, so just you can enter JSON server. It's done. Next will be to start the server. So here if you just press, okay, we will have to do one thing. Before that we have to create db.json, only then it will work. So where, let's create inside this project db.json. okay, now it's done. Inside this, what you will have to do, you have to give this data in JSON format. So what is this? This is our endpoint. Now ID, default ID has been provided here: ID, title, author and category, default one. This is JSON data. Now going inside this, what you will have to do, we have to go to our project directory. Okay, so this is our project directory. Now we need to write here okay. Now in means where your this file is going into that directory, you will have to write this command, then it will work. Okay, so now it's done. Now if you want to check, just go to this and check into the browser, guys. Whatever data is there, you can see the same data is displaying there. That means this is a kind of server where this JSON format data is coming. Next task will be to work on this book repository. Okay, so what is the name of this file? Book repository. Yeah, let's create this file first, going into our repository folder. So here repository space, we need to remove this repository data, and then so just we will call actually that API here. Okay, so we need to install HTTP should require no, this HTTP needs to be written. Actually we have to import this. Okay, if you put here and second thing is we need to import this book from model, so automatically it got imported here. And then for this HTTP actually we need to add here dependency. Which dependency? This one. Let's add these two. Equitable is not of that important, so it's for the time being just skipping that. Just going into your dependency, just put this here and then save. So it will automatically call. Okay, actually there is some indentation mistake, it will be here, not there. Alright, so these two dependencies has been successfully added here. Okay, and now we need to call this JSON dependency. So two dependency we will have to import here, and these are convert and this HTTP as HTTP. Now you can see the error is gone. So actually what is happening here, this fetch of blocks, this one is will fetch our data. This data it will fetch into our Flutter system, this Flutter application. Now if you want to check here if it's really response.body JSON data. Okay, if you print this, print guys, then you can see its data here. Okay, so we will check it later because we have not run the code yet, that's why we are just putting files only. Okay, so now it's done. Next will be this one is done. Next repository is done, and here book dot event. So guys, you have already seen that what event is all about. So in event section we will be adding here the event. Okay, so as I mentioned you before, and yeah, equitable now we have to install that one also in dependency. Let's go to here and then we will write here inside our object here equitable. Right, we have to call here equitable as well, and this equitable is used to compare the object instance. Okay, for that it's throwing here error, we need to import this, and of course this book model will also be imported here. Alright, so what's happening here, we are just passing, this is just class, abstract class, right? Now write list object and then get properties, list book events, and this is just with parameter update and delete, add, update and delete, and this one is load books, means list. So all the function has been created here in BLoC event. This one is done. Now let's go for next task. State. Similarly here also we will be writing here book state dot dot. As you know, in BLoC we need state also, and we have already seen that what this state is. So once again here we need to call here this package equal. Similar things is happening here. This one is for comparing the object, and this one once again this initial loading, loaded, and if there is any error. Okay, now let's go to next one. Finally this is BLoC. In the BLoC section, we have here, I'll explain you. Let's copy this. Okay, so we need to import of course this event, and then this BLoC pattern we have to import BLoC package, and for repository also we have to import here our repository, and this one BLoC, and book, this one is our model class, book event, add book event dot book. Okay, so what's happening here, this BLoC extends BLoC, and as you know BLoC takes two parameters, first one is event and second one is state, and here we are calling our repository, that means our data connection which is inside this book repository. And finally BLoC, this is our constructor, this dot repository super initial BLoC, means whatever initial value will be, that will be loaded here. Whatever data will be, this BLoC will load on through this on event and emit. As you know BLoC require two things, event as well as emit, and emit is responsible for changing the state, means whatever data it will come, it will load. So basically for null safety what we do, load books. Similarly here also this one is for load books, no? Same thing we have to write here also. Okay, here will be actually on add, not on load, no? On add, no, add only. This one, add book. This one is for making it null safety. Similarly this one is for load books, no? No, update, sorry. So it will be update book. Now finally this one will be for delete. This delete book, this one. Okay, so now the error is gone, means this action is for deleting, updating, adding, and this one is for making the list. So this part is done. Now we will have to finally create this main method, right? It's already there, so we need to modify here. What is happening here? Okay, so we need to add here dependencies, packages, repository we will have to call here, and this notebook is inside repository, BLoC provider, for this we need package provider, and home screen, this one is actually we have, okay, home screen we have not created so far, that's why we are getting this error. Okay, next task will be inside going screen we will create home screen only. So as you can see, it is BLoC provider which you have been using in previous examples also, but here in this case we are passing here dependency injection as repository, and first one will be add load blocks, means when the page will load, automatically the data will load there in the home screen. That's why. Okay, so the next task is to create this home screen. Let's go to home screen, where screens, inside screen we will create this home screen, and this is the actual UI, right? I'll also explain you line to line this, that how this works. So here once again we have to call all this dependency, bookstore, state we will have to call, BLoC builder for this package we will have to call, BLoC card inside, create BLoC, okay, card also inside the widget we will be creating this one. Okay, okay, so as you can see all this error is gone now, but we will have to create one card, means list, inside list view we will be repeating that whatever value it will come. So the next task is to create one widget. If you go to here in the project section, you will see in our project section you will see inside widgets we have created this book card dot. So inside widget, let's go to here and then book card dot, and inside this card it's a very simple code, it's class actually, yeah, this one, where the data will be repeated. Once again we will have to import everything here. Book, this is book model, now home screen, and then delete book. This one also we will have to call. Inside the home screen there is something wrong, book card, yeah, we need to call. So home screen is, error is also gone. In the main dot home screen we have to call. So guys, all the error is gone now. So how this works, in this home screen, let's go to home screen. Here you can see what we have done in home screen. These are three fields: title controller, author controller, and category controller, 3 app bar, and this is finally the BLoC builder. As you know, inside BLoC builder you need BLoC and book state, and inside the builder there is state, it is checking, state is BLoC loading, return circle, means it will load, and then whatever data it will be, it will load inside our list view, and inside the list view we have called here one widget, and that is book card. Inside that there is instance of the model, and finally the whole list will load in the list in the card, which is here. You can see this required card. What is happening here, this title and row, book author, book category, and finally when we will be clicking it will go to home page once again. That's why we have written here, and delete card. So this is for deleting the button. Now all things done, let's start. And then once again, sorry, Flutter run, oh, not actually Edge, let's run in Chrome only. Okay, so once again we will come back here and I'll explain you about the home page, that how this is working. So I think by this time you might have understood what we are actually doing. We are calling here actually the widget which is looping here. Okay, and here this one is for book dialog, floating action means for adding, add button, and book dialog, what it will contain, it will contain title, author, and this category, and alert dialog box, it has add book or edit, means same dialog box it has add and edit also. Okay, let's see first here. Guys, you can see there is, since something went wrong. What went wrong? Is there any? Okay, so somehow the data is not loading here, right? Let's try to add from here to check whether it's adding or not. So Java book author ABC and category computer. We will try to add whether it's adding or not. Okay, somehow it's not adding. There is some error. Is it likely to mistake null on object? Okay, so where is the mistake? Let's try to find. Somehow the data is also not adding, right? Provider of dynamic, this is likely mistake. Actually we will have to change here book this one, context.read. So we need to modify here like this, means explicitly we will have to define here add book, add BLoC this, and add and update. So there was some mistake in this, that's why. Okay, so now let's refresh. Let's try to add again. I don't know. Oh, two are here, no? Let's open again. It will be better. So basically what happens when you want to add something, it might be a bit complicated in the beginning, but don't worry, we will provide more examples so that you will understand better. So what is happening here, context.read, add BLoC, then add. So whenever you are passing the data or updating the data, in that case it is read and add. These two are passed here, and here it will be the BLoC name. So it says if book is null, in that case means there is no any data, in that case it will be add. If there is any data, in that case it will be update. Okay, right. So now let's try to add here new book author ABCD category computer. Now add. Okay, so data is not fetching, but let's check whether the data is being added or not. So go to here your DB.json. So guys, you can see successfully we have added the data, right? But this data somehow is not fetching. So what you will have to do, let's go to our book repository and we will check here whether the data is getting fetched from there or not. So once again I will try to print here. Okay, what list, and then dollar list. Okay, refresh it. Okay, so it says list dynamic here. Actually it will be data, not list here, data. So refresh it. So guys, you can see the data is coming here, right? So this is the debugging way. If you want to debug whether the data is coming into our API or not, so that way you can debug from here. So you can see ID and whatever data has been added, it is successfully coming. So the problem is in our widget. So we need to check here, going into the card actually here. Okay, so what we will do, let's try to print this. Okay, this one. So print current state, we will check the state. If you check the state, then you can see the data is coming here. Also what we need to do, we have to make here null safety, means question mark, that we have to provide, because this ID is actually not integer. If you check in DB, yeah, this ID is not actually integer, it is in string. Okay, so in that case what we'll have to do, we have to change here. Actually I'm printing this one. I was checking for debugging purpose you can print like this. So now it's not needed actually, so let's remove it. And home screen, this one also. So guys, you can see the data is now coming. So what I did actually, I just made a changes here, integer then JSON null safety, means int safety. Either it can be int or not int, like that also. And also here this ID, if it's not parsing string, then it will take 0. Title null safety, insert null safety. If it's null or type safety, different type, then it will adjust automatically. Okay, right. So now you can see, if I try to add here Flutter book, then category computer. Now if I add here, you can see automatically got added. And here also, if you check in our database, here also got added. Now if I update, then the data books and mobile apps update, Flutter book and then computer. So update somehow is not working. Let's try to delete. Okay, delete is also having some problem, so I will check why it's not working. Okay, the problem lies here. Delete book, we have to pass this one also. Read delete, actually it will be book BLoC, no? This one. And for this, now let's try to delete also. Okay, so it's still not working, so there is something wrong, we have to check. Okay, so guys, now it worked. Why it was not working? Because in add book I had to change it to string while sending the data, this one. Okay, so let's see here. If I go to here and add a new book, say Flutter, right, so now it's what happened? Is it getting added here? Yeah, the book is getting added here now, but yeah, just refreshed and it works actually. Now if I want to delete, it's getting deleted successfully. If you want to verify it in your database, it's now gone. Let's delete completely. This one is also deleted. Now let's try to add here new one. It's adding, it's displaying here also. If I want to change here, updating. If I want to delete, deleting. So guys, as you can see, it's working now perfectly. So how it works, let's see. In the screen, home screen, by the way, I will update my code in website also. In the home screen, it's going here, the list, it's displaying list here, and here this is for adding and updating, and finally this one is for button, means navigator button, either add or update. So guys, I will update this code so that you can check. So this is how the whole thing works. Again, in the next chapter I will be showing you, in the next example I will be showing you with real-time API insert, update and delete. Okay, so stay connected and let's meet in the next chapter. Thank you. Guys, you can contact through phone number, WhatsApp, email and website. Phone number is 8583959528. WhatsApp is 8583959528. Email is inquiry@acesoftech.com. Website is www.acesoftech.com.